The end of Chapter 3 has been announced, and with it falls a bunch of questions about the future of Fortnite. The dreams for everyone that wanted a Season 5 have unfortunately been crushed, as the latest teaser marks the end of Chapter 3. But what if this announcement is not as straightforward as everyone makes it look? And what does this decision mean for the future of Fortnite? During FNCS, Epic announced the end of Chapter 3. Now, first off, I know I'm a little late to the party, but better late than never. And by the way, you know damn well that if there is something out of the ordinary, I will talk about it. Anyway, the last event in Chapter 3 is called Fracture and will take place on December the 3rd. It has still not been confirmed, but from the leaks it seems like the downtime could last for 2 days. And if that's the case, we could be in for another black hole event. Oh my god. The word Fracture could indicate many different possibilities. Some suggest that the 0 point will be destroyed, which will lead to a new island, while others believe we might travel to Reality 659, the same reality Paradigm escaped to during the opening of Season 4. Regardless, we are without a doubt getting a new map, as leakers have found a map called Asteria in the files. At the moment, the Fortnite story is in a position with the 7 being completely gone. Paradigm is in another reality called 659, while the Herald continues to spread her chrome across the map. Earlier in Season 4, Midas interacted with an entity called the Nothing through the TVs on the island. From all the information we can gather, the Nothing works with the Herald for the last reality, the same alien group that invaded the island in Season 7 and 8 back in Chapter 2. So we could possibly see the return of the Cube Queen during this event, but who do you think the Nothing is? If I had to choose, I would probably go for one of these 3 skins. Mostly this guy, since he looks like someone that works for the Cube Queen. But speaking of returning characters, the real Midas snapshot have been gone for 2 years. We never got to find out what Marigold and Jules was doing for Midas back in Chapter 2, but Midas have been teased multiple times now, and as Donald said, Chapter 2 wouldn't be the last time we heard from a Midas. But if Donald's promise is just as promising as when he said Singularity would play a huge part for the future of Fortnite, then it's very unlikely we can trust this man next time he tells us something. Regardless, it would be cool to see Midas against the Chrome though. But what does the end of Chapter 3 mean for the future of Fortnite? Chapter 3 was much more shorter than any other chapter we've had so far. I've heard some rumors that Epic have planned 3 years in advance and are aiming for a yearly chapter release. And if that's the case, we have a lot of chapters ahead of us. We don't really know what happened before Chapter 1, and if you ask me, there's just something about the survey skins that make me think we're going to interact with time traveling at some point. Take a look at Geno, for instance. Why would Geno become young again? After all, people from the Imagine Order don't age. Take a look at Jonesy, for instance. As the Imagine said herself in the Zero War issue 3, Geno have mastered science and genetics, making him functionally immortal. So either this young Geno might be him after the experiment, or maybe it could be a Geno from the past. Think about it. Instead of looking forward, maybe we need to take a look to our sides or to the past.
Reality as you know it is going to end. I know that's hard to hear, but there's no changing it now. I have a plan. Stay close and be ready to follow my lead. I know it's hard to understand why we need to keep fighting, especially when we won't win. Ask Jones about the Loop Breaker project. He thinks it's confidential. It's not. Make sure you get Bushy a medal for this. Or some ornaments. We couldn't have done this without him. Without any of you. This should be everything I need. Stay alive. Here's hoping we see each other again. Paradigm, over and out.
As Paradigm say, our reality is going to end regardless. So could our next step in the Fortnite story be back to the past? Or maybe to the realities next to us, just like when we traveled in Season X to another reality where the world had shaped differently according to all the events. Maybe this means we will get to interact with a more kinder Dr. Sloan that is willing to work with us instead against us. And if that's the case, the Fracture event isn't going to be any usual event. This event might be the end of the Fortnite story we have been playing for the past 5 years. Another thing that's going to happen quite close to the upcoming event is the Game Awards.
Hi-ya! It's gonna be fire.
Now, the Game Awards isn't quite known for having Fortnite announcements, although they have had announcements like The Block back in 2018 and Halo Master Chief back in 2020. Fortnite have been nominated for Best Ongoing Game and Best Community Support. Unfortunately, Fortnite lost to Final Fantasy back in 2021. I think Final Fantasy XIV had a pretty solid year in 2021, but regardless, we're in a new year, and with a new year comes new changes. So if Fortnite don't win an award this year, I'm going to be quite disappointed. Fortnite had massive growth in the beginning of 2022, back when everyone was slinging with the Spider-Man gloves. The introduction to Zero Build brought a bunch of new and returning players to the game. We also got one, if not the most popular collab any video game have seen till this day. Now that I'm looking at the nominees, I don't really see any other game that stood out this year for maybe except Final Fantasy XIV with the Endwalker update. It really just goes to show how well Fortnite is doing and how much more content they are pumping into their game in comparison to all these other games. Anyways, moving on from the Game Awards. Creative 2.0 have unfortunately been delayed until late January. I mean, at this point, Team Sweeney should probably stop promising the community a release date and just announce it when they feel comfortable with it. Creative 2.0 will be running a programming language called Verse. The language is created by Epic directly and will release with the Unreal editor when it is ready. According to Tim Sweeney, he say that the closest to Verse will be JavaScript and C#. So if you have any experience with any of those programming languages, I'll guess you have a head start above the rest of us when Creative 2.0 first release. With Creative 2.0's release, Epic will also release a new monetization system that allows people to make money on their Creative 2.0 creations. Make sure to like the video if you have enjoyed the video, it really means the world to me. Check out this video if you would like to see some more content. With that being said, take care of yourself and have yourself a damn good one.